Clay had started a harassment campaign against Liston, trying to force a fight, even going so far as to rent a bus and drive it to Sonny's house while calling him a coward and a bum through a bullhorn.
That's a different type of fuck you know. Before
the whole
fight,
situation finally came to a head when Clay approached Liston at the Desert Inn in Las Vegas, where the champ was shooting craps and losing. Liston was in no mood to be harangued by the mouth from the south. Drawing a gun, Sonny fired, frightening his young tormentor into a hasty retreat. The gun was filled with blanks.
That's funny,
bro. But imagine
that man cut though.
Finish.
The one way to get rid of the bad man.
You know that man runs with his neck like this. Is it recording?
Yeah.
No, I'm blessed.
Oh, yeah, it was cut it out. But when you think of Hollywood and some of these roles, it's funny because it's been kind of a big conversation recently with a lot of these actors where, because remember The Rock just got called out recently for, being on juice essentially because people were like, be honest, about Joe Rogan. So I wouldn't say they called him out. So they were having, after all of that Liver King stuff, there was a conversation they were having about The Rock and they were talking about who's natural in acting and whatever. Because remember, a lot of these actors, when you look at how big they've gotten, Chris Evans to go play Captain America, Wolverine, and all of these guys, and you're like, and they all just got super hench overnight. Because when you look at John Majors, who plays, he's in Creed, the new Creed, up alongside Michael B. Jordan, because he got hench eating chicken and rice. And literally when he talks about it, he's just training for a year eating chicken and rice. I was like, we're all built like a superhero. You know what I mean? I'm supposed to believe you just got like that eating chicken and rice.
You don't think it's possible?
What?
So as in like, if you for example, go gym, like for example, if you have to
get in gym like twice a day, every day,
and you're eating the right food,
3, 4, 5 times a day.
Bro.
And I feel like there's definitely achievable looks that can be done. Yeah. But if you look at how quickly a lot of these men blow up as well, there's a lot of it where you're like, nah.
No, but I hear what you're saying, Keith. But like when you look at Hollywood, you look at normal life.
They're man on juice.
No, they might be on juice. But
no, they're on juice. 100%.
No, I'm just saying, for example, like if we look at the way we train, for example, the way I might train might be I might wake up today, I have to drive to Pure Gym or Gym Group or Virgin Active, whatever, get in the car park, train. I might have a kebab later on. Hopefully I eat healthy, but I might not. I might have a little drink on the weekend.
Yeah, these men are
I might link a babes,
regimes.
I go to bed late. Whereas if you're dedicated where you've got a PT that's telling you what to do, the gym is you've got the gym by yourself. You ain't got to wait for a thing, whatever. You're eating right. You've got the supplements you're taking, whatever. Those two people training differently, you're going to see over like a month, 2 months, the separation is going to be so different between 100%. The two body types.
Facts.
So like for example, if Wolverine's going to have the part of Wolverine, they're giving him a dedicated trainer and a plan to say you're doing this for the next 6 to 8 to 9 months strictly. Because remember, I think for that he was eating bear steak.
Within that strict plan. I'm telling you, the thing is, I definitely do believe
what juice? Are you saying steroids or like some kind of hormone?
Performance enhancing drugs. Whether if it's someone getting leaner, whether they have stuff that helps them strip body fat, if they're packing on mass or whatever. It's like, okay, when it came onto the conversation about The Rock, essentially, bear in mind The Rock is in his 50s. You know what I mean? And he's bigger than he was when we were watching The Rock in wrestling.
Yeah, but them man's been fucking training for centuries, bro.
Exactly.
You see The Rock's dad, though?
Yes, Rock is Samoan. Samoans have great genetics. Rock is also 53. And Rock is in better shape than man that are in their 30s that bang gym every day.
I've been to the gym and seen a man in his 50s that is in better shape than bare man that I know.
And you might need to check that man's blood, fam. I'm telling you.
Trust me, bro. If you're a man that you're going, that's your lifestyle, dog. By the time you get to 50, that's still gonna be your lifestyle. You're still gonna be able to carry it through.
And also, Keith, you're forgetting as well.
No, but when you get to 50s, bro, one thing we also need to take into consideration, especially with testosterone, is something that you need to, you know what I mean, to keep building muscle, looking a certain way, whatever. When the older you get, your testosterone dips essentially, so you can train hard. You know what I mean? So not to say you can't be in great shape.
That's why I got the supplements for that, by the way. Coke Chemist, holla at your damn boy. We got all of that stuff for you lot.
There we go.
Bro, have you not seen my thing?
Nah.
So I got like a health thing going in, innit? Like all natural, organic, plant-based.
Oh, serious?
Supplements, yeah. Like I got sea moss, bladderwrack, black seed oil, like all the stuff that's proper good for you, flushes you.
Where can people get that from?
Right now you can follow us on Instagram at Koke Chemist with the K's. Koke with a K, Chemist with a K.
Dope, though.
Yeah, the obviously www.kokechemist.com.
That's incredible.
When you first said that, I didn't know it was natural still.
No.
Yeah, when I was like, I thought you were talking about the rocks.
No. But we got like the supplements that's got boosts testosterone and all of this thing. Obviously, we're living in a mad age where the food and the chemicals is mashing the man them up. So man's trying to come with the positive stuff. You get me? So I thought I'd just plug that while we're on the topic.
Nah, why not?
No, you know what I mean? It was actually that was when people
That's
listen
a cold
to this.
plug,
That
though.
was, bro, that's the waviest. That was the most seamless. And
Bro.
most people listening, sometimes they're like, no, like literally, that was just
organic plug,
organic.
bro.
Yeah.
It's like you told Keith to start the convo.
Once I heard testosterone, I was like, bing, there you go.
So we're
You know what
in
I'm
there.
saying?
But yeah, like them man there with The Rock, bro. Think about it. When Rock was in his prime training, doing whatever, in wrestling, whatever, he was a big guy.
He won't cut up at all, though.
Zero,
He was
nothing.
more blendo, innit?
He's much bigger now than he's ever been in his whole entire life. Remember for Black Adam. So The Rock for Black Adam got bigger than he's ever been. So bear in mind, for me, I look at it, there's three different things. Strong, lean, and big. So literally when you're training or whatever, one of those gets affected, whatever, you know what I mean? The leaner you get, sometimes you tend to lose.
Your power,
It affects your power when you lift and so on and so on. These man just get bigger, stronger, and leaner. At all times, I'm like, you just get older. Man, pushing the 60, and you are just building new muscle. Now you believe Jeff Bezos is natural as well.
Nah, that one. Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? There's another guy though. I can't remember his name though.
Liver King.
No. There's a white guy and he went to see Simeon in America the other day. And it was the other black guy. I can't remember his name, man. He's a UK guy, but his body is he's got a sick physique. I'll find his name. I'll get his name.
Thingy Matt something.
Can't
Matt
remember.
Does Fitness.
It might be Matt Does Fitness. Yeah. And he's got a sick physique.
Yeah.
But Joe Rogan and them were talking about him the other day.
So basically what happens is, Derek from More Plays, More Dates, so basically what happened with him is people used to accuse him of being on gear, essentially.
Yeah, so he said to the guy, listen, give me random blood tests.
So he paid for it.
I'm paying for this. I don't know when you're going to come to my yard. I don't know when you're going to whatever. So they just literally randomly turn up at his yard. When he's in the gym, sometimes they turn
blood,
up.
urine.
Anytime they just take his blood and urine and check. And apparently, every time they check it, there's nothing in his blood.
Concurrently showing that his lifts are not going down. So not only is his body composition staying the same, but his lifts have not changed, and he's passing the drug tests, which are like bulletproof tests facilitated by somebody who's not himself, because he's not walking into the lab on his own accord, whenever he wants, sort of thing. So like, I'm not saying that everyone should go do that, because that was like a hard thing to coordinate, but that would be like.
Who is this guy again? What's his name?
Matt Does Fitness.
You got him?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that guy's natural. That's incredible. But also he looks like he's about 30. How old is that guy?
He's like 36, I think.
Is he?
Yeah.
Well, that's extraordinary.
Yes.
That's very difficult to achieve, and that guy must work very hard. And
he's a genetic freak, for sure.
Excellent genetics, works very hard, but kudos to him for taking all of those tests.
And then Joe Rogan was like, "Right, it's impressive but his physique's sick still." So that's what I'm saying. So but someone might look at him and say, he's taking stuff. You can't have a physique like that. So some people can, do you know what I'm saying?
People can,
And The Rock ain't one of those people.
Bro, people can, man. If you're eating good, you're training all the time, and you're disciplined, you definitely can.
Look at Yusuf.
I feel like
Look at Yusuf, though.
there's certain people that look a certain way, and there's definitely, people like, this person has great genetics, this person works out very well, they eat very well, they've got the whole package. And then there's, when you look at certain physiques, and they may be in that 1% of individuals worldwide. And and I'm talking about some people 0.00 something percent. Maybe those people are in that percentage. Everybody else that looks like that is on juice. And that's the thing. And that is the reality of it, especially Hollywood, bro. A lot of these, man, when you look at people like Chris Evans, look at Thor. When he was training for Thor, he got so big, he had to get smaller because he got so big while he was training for the role. And you're like, bro, what do these men know that other people that have been training for, you know what I mean, years before them. You're telling me man went in for 6-7 months and he got so big.
Bro,
in
you'd be surprised, dog. I swear down with the right fucking
steroids.
He's on it, innit?
Brother. No, but if you
Nah, but don't get it twisted. There's a bag of man outside that are stabbing themselves in the arse with these things, 100%.
No, there's bare man that are, but for example, like I can look at Chizzo, for example, and I've seen Chiz go from hench to semi-hench to smaller to bigger, and I've seen the dedication. Even you, for example, I've seen you go mad small, and then you just, even when I was watching you in the gym, you were doing the 2 plates on your chest like it was a plate. See man repping it. Like I was like, raw. But that's what I'm saying. But someone might now look at Keith and be like, he's too small to be lifting that. He's definitely on juice because someone that size can't be lifting weight like that.
I'm
Even
nearly
Jess,
100 kilos.
No, I'm just saying, but Jess, Javon, there's bare people I know, Yusuf, that if these men take off their tops, you're like, raw, like, it can't be the same gym that I'm going to, that you man are going to, Carl. What's going on here? But Yusuf, I know Yusuf eats clean.
Yeah.
As in, Yusuf will just eat the right thing. He doesn't really drink, like, and he's a PT in it, so he knows the right. Remember, it's all about form. As in, people want to lift heavy weights. If you're not doing the weight correctly, you're not doing the right amount of reps. It's kind of redundant. Yeah. So there's certain man that can do gym. Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel like I know what you're saying, Keith. There are a lot of
but I
men
would say
out there.
Chizzo and Yusuf, they train well. You know what I mean? Look absolutely incredible, but I wouldn't put them in the 1%.
What do you mean?
Of, you know what I mean, people in the gym. When I talk about people, there's certain people you look at and you're like, that person's on juice. I wouldn't put them in that category where I look at one, because I know them, man, and I know how long they've been training and I know how they train or whatever. Yeah. When I look at what they look like in relation to how long they've been training and how they train, it makes sense.
No, I hear what you're saying, Keith, but when I went
I know,
to
but you're
Simeon's-
talking about The Rock, dog. Look
He's
how
on
long.
juice.
But look how long he's been training.
Bro,
He's been training before he was probably born.
Yeah, and that's why he's only looked like that over the last 10 years.
No, but I hear what you're saying. But for example, what you've just said about Chiz and Use, what Coach trying to say is that The Rock's been training probably longer than these man.
Yep.
And also, when we went to Simeon's in LA, and Chiz took his picture of, bare man in the comments was saying Chiz on juice. Bare man.
And they probably don't, yeah.
That's my point exactly. But remember, they don't know him. So they're looking at his body and like, you're on juice, or just tell us what gear you take, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, brother, this brother don't take juice. Like, I can vouch for him. Say what you can. But remember, that's because... Huh?
Who? I can vouch for who?
For Chiz.
I don't be vouching for niggas no more. I'm not saying he is. But now I'm going to tell you facts, bro. I don't be vouching for nobody. I'm not saying he is.
Chiz, the views shared by Keith.
Man said I can vouch for... But here's the thing. There's a lot of people that are doing X, Y, Z and you wouldn't know. And that's the thing. So not to say he would be on there. That's why I was... You know what I mean? But for me, because I guess we've known him for X, Y, Z, and again,
I've seen the progress as well.
But I also, like I said, you know what I mean, I wouldn't put Chiz and Use in the 1% that I was talking about. They look incredible, you know what I mean? They work very hard, but I wouldn't put them in that category where I'm like, wow, this is unattainable.
When you say 1%, so you're saying them man that look like...
The Rock, when I say with
like,
The Rock...
Like they look like action figures as in completely
bro,
like...
The Rock, you know, you look at Black Adam, you know how certain people get CGI'd in movies? They didn't have to CGI nothing, because he's actually built like a superhero, and he's in his 50s, and there's so many variables to that, you see what I mean? So there's so many things where, if let's say Rock, even in his 30s, you know what I mean, I'd still, if The Rock looked how he did now 20 years ago, still be, you know what I mean? It'd still be that. It's like saying Conor McGregor. Have you seen him recently?
No, I haven't seen him recently.
You ain't seen Conor McGregor recently?
No, what's he doing?
Shaved his beard off now, innit?
Brother, is that all you noticed?
Well, what's he
So
doing?
no. So when you looked at Conor, that's all you noticed?
I just saw him on a bike just with no beard.
What?
He looked different. He looks all right with no beard, though. You know, like when a man that has a beard
For
cuts
long.
it off and you're like, you look weird, but he looks the same. He
Did
looks
you
different.
say, wait.
I didn't see with a top off, though. So I don't
I
know.
want to see this picture.
Nah.
I see, who was he cussing? He was cussing Joe Rogan the other day
Yeah,
as well.
because
innit?
He
that
cusses
man
bare
that
people,
said
bro.
he's on. Yeah.
Do you know how that Conor McGregor? There's one video I saw of compilation, but he is hilarious, bruv. Even there's one guy that was talking, I remember on the UFC thing, he's talking. Then at the blue he gets to the mic. Who the fuck is that guy? Oh, bro, everyone starts busting up, bruv.
I need to find
Cuss
this.
Mayweather. You got a book bag, you can't even read.
But McGregor spoke his way to 100 mil, dog.
Even
He talked himself
proper
into
innit?
100
He
million.
became that guy. Even as the time he talked to the guy, and he's like, I've changed your career. when you fight me, you tell your missus, bring out the red panties. It's payday. Oh, but he's too funny, bro. He's too funny. I like McGregor still.
Let me have a look. Oh shit, it's gone. Was that on the? Yeah, they raw. Is that him now? Yeah.
Was he working on something?
Well, he's gone up to 170.
No, it's higher.
2022.
Nearly 200 pounds, bro.
What's 200 pounds of stones?
Sorry.
Closer to. So right
So
now,
he was 145, then he went to 155, and now he's at 170.
and he put up a thing the other day where he's
He looks wedged though. He's
How many
looking-
days? How many days is in
You wanna
between?
have a look?
Yeah, safe, bro. Right.
But you know where, okay, so you know why he ended up getting accused of
Why
being-
has he gone up to 170? Is he trying to fight again?
Yeah, apparently. And now he's bigger than he's ever been.
On the camera.
You know what I mean? He's bigger. You can
No,
attach.
do you know my thing is this, yeah? Whenever people get bigger, you got to look at where they get bigger. His quads are massive, bro.
Everything
like-
on him is massive, bro.
No, everything's massive, but like that is like you can see how like the top part, like if you go gym, bang like chest and like you put on a bit of weight, you might get that, but the legs, yeah. There's,
And the thing
there's
is,
something
so
amiss
there's,
here.
you know what I mean? And even with there's a clause in kind of, with the testing and stuff like that, where you only get tested if you're registered to fight or whatever. So for him, he wasn't registered or anything. I forgot what the exact rules are, but it was some loophole that he took advantage of essentially. So when he goes back in, he doesn't have to get tested.
Oh, is he gonna fight again?
So they were like, he's thinking of going back to
Well,
fight.
who's he trying to fight, man? He must be trying to fight someone. To
Dana
be-
White said someone, but I forgot.
To be
who.
fucking lifting up his weight like that.
I think it's lots of money in it. It's a payday because remember that there's certain people. Do you know the maddest thing is we were talking about this the other day and we were talking about do you watch boxing or do you care about boxing?
Yeah.
So Tyson Fury and Chisora fought the other day.
Yeah.
Like I rate Fury, I like Chisora.
Well, it was just some money for
But
Chisora.
no one cared about the fight like that. And that's why my brother was even saying you have to realize that certain fighters make pay-per-view or they make people interested. Like Anthony Joshua, for example. If that was Anthony Joshua fighting Chisora, pay-per-view selling off. Because for some reason, people want to watch Anthony Joshua. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know what it is? I think it's people want to watch Anthony Joshua and Fury
Yeah.
more so. You get what I'm saying? Like,
I'm saying generally speaking, but people don't want. I know it sounds weird, but people.
I
don't
think
want, people don't
everybody
want
knew
Fury.
that Fury would beat Chisora.
Yeah, everyone knew that.
I think,
Everyone
like,
knew that.
From what people were saying or what was being said, it was like he kind of, he gave
That his
Chisora a
brethren-
payday
yeah,
on
brethren.
Yeah,
his way
for
out.
sure,
essentially.
100%.
He done his brethren
Which you rate him for that as well. You
Yeah,
get
it's like,
me?
I'm going to get my bag, you get your
Yeah,
bag.
yeah, yeah.
Because I feel like that's probably Chisora's biggest
I'm
bag.
still trying to figure out why the Anthony Joshua and Fury fight didn't happen.
That's very interesting. You know what I mean? There's probably some funny business going on.
Yeah, but the thing is, Anthony Joshua was saying, "Yeah, I'm ready." Fury was saying that,
Yeah, I'm ready.
nah, that they haven't signed the contracts. So if you don't sign the contract within a certain amount of time, we're gonna pull the deal, whatever. But people are like, bro, these things like they're not light. Like you've got so many TV companies involved. This, that, there's so many things to do that you can't just sign like that. You got to work at the split. So people are saying Tyler Fury was just saying that just to get out of the fight. I don't know the ins and outs, but
Come on, bro. How did he just do the Chisora one so quick? All right, cool. Fuck it. Anthony, I don't want to do it. Chisora will do it.
but remember that's
But
that's-
Chisora, he needs, you know what I mean? There's certain man where you're like,
Yeah.
he needs that.
I kind of feel like Joshua needs that fight, man.
You think so?
What don't you?
I do, but my thing is the Joshua fight.
Where does Joshua go from here?
The thing is, the problem with that fight for Joshua is if he loses that, it's mad.
For sure,
So
but
that's
it's
that-
already mad.
No, do you know it's already mad, but you know sometimes with boxing, yeah, like if you just let it breathe a bit, get your head together, and then have a fight with, I'm not saying like a nobody, but have a fight with someone who is good, but you can beat. Like
I
just build
don't think
momentum.
people want to see that, dog.
No, I hear what you're saying, but my thing is this: because if you jump from, it's like for example, Arsenal playing Real Madrid, for example, getting beat, and everyone's like, "Right, what's Arsenal saying?" And now Arsenal says, "You know what? Let's play Barcelona."
Yeah.
It's like, brother, this is.
Right now, for me, I just want to see everyone that Fury ain't beat yet. Like, cool, you ain't beat. I want to see that fight. You get what I'm saying? Like, I want to see that fight next. So for me, the next fight would be Usyk and Fury. That would be the big fight for
That
me.
would be...
That'll be
get
the
me?
fight. I think Joshua should fight Wilder That's I think that'll be a better fight for Joshua. Although Wilder can knock out anyone, I feel like that's a fight that is not a bum fight. It will get people off their seats. It will make money.
I would definitely want to watch that.
That's what
fight.
I'm saying. I think that'll be a better fight than Fury, because I think Fury, because he's so dominant at the moment. I'm not saying Joshua couldn't beat him, but I feel like Fury's in his bag right now. So like it's kind of like to wind up to Fury, get something in first. So build confidence.
I would love to watch that. Still, 100%.
Wilder and
Joshua.
Can spark him.
Was that?
So you're like, so everyone can spark him, so you can get beat up here, then get beat up in the next
But
fight.
what if he loses against Wilder now?
That's what I'm saying. That's what
He can't even fight Fury now. It's done. Forget it.
Nah, but I feel
just straight to Fury. You know, then go down
That's what I'm saying. Win your belt back.
Yeah.
Win a belt back if you can. If you lose, you lose. At least you better throw it on the line.
Yeah, he has a better chance of fighting Wilder if he loses to Fury than fighting Fury if he loses to Wilder.
No, but I feel like Fury would be a big payday. I mean, Wilder would be a big payday, number one.
It definitely would.
And just like the American box office. And remember, if Wilder hasn't fought since, I don't actually, he might have had one.
He did. He had a fight.
He had one, innit?
He knocked someone out.
Down someone not too long ago.
So he's had one. That's what I'm saying. So he's had one fight since then. So he's kind of, maybe people will not forget, but like he's kind of the cobwebs of like the Fury cool. So that's what I'm saying. Joshua and Wilder, I just think it'll just make sense, because I just feel like Fury, it's just too much pressure. And I'm not saying Joshua can't
Wilder's
take it.
pressure
but
as well.
It is, but I think it's a different pressure, because I don't think Wilder's as good a boxer as Fury. Like I feel like Wilder can knock you out, yeah, but I feel like Joshua's a better boxer than Wilder. Whereas Fury, the way I see him box is a problem, bro. Because it's like he can box you if you want to box. He can hold you if he wants to hold you. He'll put weight on you if he wants to. Like he knows how to fight in general, like the whole bag of fighting. Like if you want to do dirty, I'll do dirty. If you want to box, I'll do boxing. If you want to, do you know what I'm saying? Whereas Wilder just wants to knock you out. So I feel like
I would love to see that still. Wilder and Joshua.
That would be
a big fight.
I'll watch that still.
But see, this is a comment from some other people in the UFC. I think we all know why he dropped out of talking about McGregor. I think we all know why he dropped out of the testing pool, but it's just a loophole. We can all exploit it, and any of us could exploit it. So McGregor said, I'm clear for testing in February. I'll complete my 2 tests.
Clear for testing in February. I've drained all.
So it's like literally, I'll do my 2 tests and back. Booking a fight.
But how can you say I'll do my 2 tests in February?
Because that's when he's clear for.
He's clear for testing.
That's what I'm saying. But that's like 3 months away though.
But he doesn't. Marvin, he doesn't need to test now. Legally, he doesn't need to test.
I hear you, but legally you don't need to test. But if I'm gonna reply to that comment, I'm gonna say test me now and shut up.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep quiet. But if you say I'm legally testing in February, like bro, you're letting us know that you're gonna test in two and a half months.
It says I'm clear for testing in February, essentially. So it's one of those
things.
things.
The drugs will be out of me by February.
This is clean. Yeah, I mean, I'll be straight out of the system. But now, you'll never know whether he was on or he wasn't.
See, I'm not gonna lie, I don't even care. It's his life. Like,
do you know what it is? You see with McGregor, I don't even like watching him anymore. Like
serious?
Nah, not fighting wise. Like
he's just not interested in other shit.
Yeah, like after the Nate Diaz thing, he came back well done, but like Khabib just ruined him, innit?
Yeah, Khabib's a monster though.
Yeah.
But Mike Tyson said something
Khabib
that I
monster,
thought was pretty cool in terms of kind of performance enhancing drugs. He was like, in sport or whatever, he was like, listen, I don't care if you want to take steroids, you want to take drugs or whatever, do whatever you like. But it was like, but in kind of combat sport, essentially, it shouldn't. You know what I mean? Those are the ones you shouldn't do, because you're playing with people's lives. Essentially, you could kill people. Essentially, you know what I mean? With all of that power. So he was like, in anything else, he's like, if you want to run faster, you can run faster. If you want to, jump higher, you can jump higher. But when you're dealing with, fighting and, kind of being physical with people, you could really, really hurt people if you're on.
I think we should just keep it on a fair playing field, though, innit?
Bro, I'd really love to see, like, imagine with sports, you know how we have all of these leagues, right? We should have a steroid league where everybody's on everything. You know what I mean? Bro, we want to see bro, imagine, just look.
That'd be cold, though.
Bro, literally, we will see everyone on everything. Bro, imagine the Olympics, you know what I mean? The 100 meters, when everyone juiced to the gills. You know what I mean? What man is doing it in 6 seconds?
Man are growing extra legs and
bro.
People did 100 meters in 4.3 seconds.
You know what I mean, bro? I want to see what these superhumans can do.
No, couple man would die on the track though. Heart will explode, bro.
Yeah, but so they'll have the doctors.
I'm telling you, beer man will probably dead on the track.
But like I said, you got to do it for the
cause.
cause.
Overdone it, innit?
Yeah. We'll do it for the cause. You know what I mean? We want to see this. You know, when you think of American football, Marv, just these absolute monsters that are just geared off, just heads flying off. You know what I mean? Just knocking into each other. But yeah, I feel like in combat, it's dangerous.
It's dangerous because, as you said, you're playing
Too
people's
much,
lives,
yeah.
and you're going to have more in the tank, more endurance, more power. So in the later rounds when a man's tired, you're still, and that's when you can get hurt more when your guard's dropping or like you're already hurt, and a man's just fresh like it's his second round when it's your 10th.
Yeah.
So
and
now
it's got more power, or you know what I mean, more, like I said, more endurance, more this, more that. People could really, really, really get hurt. So yeah, I think that's the one thing where I can say people could do whatever they like anywhere else, but in that arena, I have to agree with Mike Tyson that it can get. Imagine Mike Tyson on steroids, bro. People's head, bro. Think of how hard he was hitting as he was.
Yeah,
if Mike Tyson was on steroids, bro, people would have died. Imagine getting hit. You know what I mean? That right from Mike Tyson, and he's on whatever. Bro, remember he said he had one fight and he had what's it called? Gonorrhea. He was like, he was in there. He was just trying to get out the ring, bro. He was like, the whole time he was in there, he was like, he was just on fire. You know, man knocked man out because he was like, I just needed the fight to be over quickly.
So
do you know how many mad stories of Mike Tyson? There's one where like he said that he was in the, I don't know if you heard about this one, he was in a Rolls Royce with him and Robin Given, and something happened where Mike's either cheated or done something to her in terms of, and she's pissed, and he said that as he's driving, Robert Givens is hitting him in the car. He said he's driven his Rolls Royce into another car. Bang, crashed the car. He's got out and said to the guy, I'm sorry. The guy's like, oh, my neck, whatever. Tyson gave him the car. Tyson just said, here's the key, fuck it, let's have the car, man. I can't bother, man. Sorry about that. Just gave man the whip, bro. I'm like, brother. Like, this shit never happens to me, bro. Imagine that, bro. Man hits you in a Ferrari and says,
here it is,
right,
bro.
Yeah. You know what, let's take the keys. Bro, and he used to do bare stuff like that, you know, as in like go to places and like just give away stuff, like, or just give people stuff.
I watch a lot of his podcasts now, man. You can see that he's still such a down-to-earth person, isn't it?
Yeah.
I feel sorry for him, though, because it's like,
life has been rough.
Yeah, life's been rough to him, but it's like even bare times he talks, his voice breaks. It's like he wants to cry when he's talking.
Yeah, that Monday's been through it, man.
But he's been through it like properly. Even like with his daughter died on the treadmill, innit?
Yeah.
So like there's certain things you can see, and he's always got like a spin on something. Anytime he says something, he will say to you like, I can't remember what he said to someone about. I think it was revenge or something.
I remember that. But when I remember that.
And he was like, nah. Like,
I was listening to when he was talking about that. I remember that. I was like, nah.
He was like, I think the guy was saying something about getting revenge is sweet or whatever. And right, so I was like, nah, man, it's not about revenge because you're a master to that. Because I can't remember exactly how he said it, but basically he just said that you're a master to the hurt that you've
100%. I hear that though, like holding hate and everything there for someone else makes you a slave to it.
Yeah, as he said, I think he said you're a slave.
It's probably going to affect you more than the person you actually hate.
Now we need to find it because the way he said it, I forgot what the exact quote was, but I remember hearing when Mike said it. I was like, nah. I decide with the other guy. You know when you hear something, I was like, I hear where you're going, Mike.
No, because you're petty.
I'm not petty.
You're petty.
You sound petty still.
You're petty, bro. So obviously, man's gonna agree because you're like, if someone does me something, in your mind, you're like, something done with something. I'm dealing with you at some point in time. It's a year, 6 months, 10 years. I'm getting you back. But Tyson's saying for that 10 years.
You've been
that person's
brewing
in your head.
Yeah.
So he's saying you're a slave to that person.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't put that, you know what I mean? I have a little compartment, I put it in, you know what I mean? I'm gonna remember, you tell niggas, I'm gonna remember, let me see, you know what I mean? I'll put it out the file one day, but the file is in the back, you know what I mean?
You're
Speaking of wild shit,
bro.
please tell me you've seen the video of Sonny Liston pull a gun on Ali.
Nah.
You man ain't seen that?
What, recently?
No.
I was going to say.
Recently.
Oh, hold on, he's dead in it, sir.
You know when you said that, I was like, are you out of your mind? So basically, Ali used to antagonize, Sonny Liston all the time. He was just always in his ear because remember he wanted to fight him. So everywhere he was, Ali would just be there, just at his neck, just shouting. Sometimes you have the megaphone in the bus, at one time he's come up to Sonny Liston. Sonny Liston's in the casino. So he's at the table or whatever, and he's losing. So he's not even in the mood for this shit. So he's there, it's rolling, and Ali is just in his ear, bro. Like, when I say he's just shouting, you know when you're chilling and we're having...
I
And
just
man's
won't
just,
be able to handle that
bro,
shit,
just
man.
shouting. Man, pull the burner up and shot into the crowd. If you see the way Ali and them man scattered... Find the video. When I say them man were gone, but it was blanks in it, which was funny because after them man have dusted, he's just fired off another blank into his jacket to show that there were blanks. But Ali and his man them, when I say they were all gone. And Ali, I think he put out a statement where he's like, "I'm fast, but I'm not faster than a bullet." Bro, like I wasn't waiting around for that. Yeah, he was like, absolutely not. But it was just funny because you know when someone's just had enough. It's Ali, bro, like Ali was the best, and we look at Ali because he was humble or whatever. But when he was his trash talking was different. He was jarring for if you're his opponent, he was.
It wasn't just trash talking, and he's really in a man's grill. Like.
A man's rhyming every word as well.
Yeah, literally. I'm trying to see if I can find the video, bro. Because when you see it, there you go.
Clay had started a harassment campaign against Liston, trying to force a fight, even going so far as to rent a bus and drive it to Sonny's house while calling him a coward and a bum through a bullhorn.
See, that's a different type of fuck you know. Before
The
man's
whole
fight,
situation finally came to a head when Clay approached Liston at the Desert Inn in Las Vegas, where the champ was shooting craps and losing. Liston was in no mood to be harangued by the mouth from the south. Drawing a gun, Sonny fired, frightening his young tormentor into a hasty retreat. The gun was filled with blanks.
That's funny.
Bro, but imagine.
That man cut though.
One way to get rid of the bad man.
You know that man runs with his neck like this.
Probably thought he got shot and
Bro.
everything. You checking yourself like, yo, did I
But
get
you know
it?
what I mean? In that moment, yeah, like he just had enough. A man turned up to his yard in a bus, bro. Like, come on.
Yeah, that's
like
wild.
there's, you know what I mean? There's that, you know what they call that, mind games. You play with an opponent or whatever. But it gets to a point where like, I'm gonna kill you when I catch you. Because I think that's the zone.
Yeah, that man's in.
That's the zone he was in at the time. Because imagine you're there, bro. You lost a couple racks that night. You know what I mean? You're trying to get your money up, and he's just fucking with your concentration at this point.
wild.
Like you're trying to get back up. You're having a very bad night. And think of Ali. Ali is loud, and because it's Ali, there's probably bare people just watching you now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
They're
literally,
thinking,
bare
Trump.
people just congregating around you. Nah.
I'm gonna round up now anyway because we've been here for a bit.
Yeah.
But just to round up, has anyone seen that the thing that America done with the basketball player and then the Russian man? They're like, so basically, is it?
Bro, the way you said that,
what's her
the way
name
you
again?
said it, Brittany Griner.
Yeah, but is it Grindr?
Griner without a D.
Grindr.
So, hold on. Yeah, I've been seeing this thing around, but that's the basketball player that's in Russia
Yeah,
Yeah.
WNBA player.
for
Yeah.
weed.
Yeah, so basically she had weed in a pen
Vape
or
pen.
a vape pen or something. They put her in jail. Like apparently they gave her like 9 or 10 years in it over there
In Russia, yeah.
in Russia, yeah, in it. So America trying to get her out, and Russia were like, nah, blood. Boy, do the crime, do the time. Like we're dealing with Ukraine over here. We ain't got time for this. So she's apparently there's points where they don't know where she is, whatever.
They said
And
into
they-
one of them gulags, you
Yeah,
know.
gulag. So they've done a deal now, but then in the deal, they've released some Russian brother. He's called the
Victor Boot.
the God of War or
Lord
something.
of War.
Lord of War, bro. So apparently, when I watched the program on this dude is serious, bro.
The Russian man. Yeah.
Brother, the thing is, I don't want anyone to say, "Oh, Marv, you're out of order." But even Donald Trump was like, "How the fuck have you done this deal? Like you've put
Russian news have been laughing at the Americans since the brother got back.
Brother,
Как может американскому избирателю дали выбор? Герой, пострадавший на службе Отечеству. Он же по службе пострадал. Герой, увешанный орденами, пострадавший за то, что он работал на свою родину, на США. Или чернокожая лесбиянка, наркозависимая, пострадавшая за какой-то вейп с гашишем. Американский
И
избиратель...
очень известны.
Да.
Очень известны. То есть в пиаровском плане...
Американский избиратель выбирает очевидное. И я считаю, что для нас это вторая хорошая новость. Первая хорошая новость, что Буд вернулся, а вторая хорошая новость, что нация, которой до такой степени наплевать на своих героев, что она считает значительно более важным вызволить действительно за дело пострадавшую. Пусть она известная, спортсменка,
Но она
неважно.
признала, что она
Но
виновата.
она пострадала не за то, что она родине служила, а за то, что она гашиш свой не могла без него там 10 часов обойтись или сколько, да? Вместо того, чтобы вызволить человека, который 2 года уже сидит, на секундочку, и который родине служил, и за это служить, это о многом говорит. Это много говорит о состоянии этого общества, этих спецслужб и всего того, что имеет отношение к противостоянию.
A substitute, I mean, so you substituted an NWA player for a known
Killer.
killer. But you know what he does? When you see the program on him?
Have you seen the Nicolas Cage movie, Lord of War?
Oh, is that about him?
Yeah.
Brother, this dude,
That
yeah.
brother-
You lot got him. I'm gonna go watch a documentary tonight.
Brother,
Yeah.
but there's one point, I saw a documentary, they were saying that this dude, yeah, has got, they said he's got like maybe about, because he works with Russia, in Russia, like the same links Russia have for guns, he has the same link. So whatever the army can get, he can get in it.
You probably get better.
And he's got these planes, yeah, that like he can put the arms on the plane and he can drop. So basically, what he does, for example, if you want firearms in Congo, he will fly the plane over Congo, and your GPRS whatever
Parachute the
will
thing.
parachute the guns down. But he said that he could do that all over the world. That he's been responsible for bare atrocities, like as in like not personally, but like him funding or getting money for wars and whatever. And this is a dude you've substituted for a 3-point shooter. Mental.
Bro, that's the thing is with him. There were so many because in kind of guess, it's a weird one.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's some background stuff going on with that deal.
No, 100%.
You know what I'm saying? Some stuff that we don't really know about.
Yeah, there's a lot when you think of
'Cause that's wild.
when
No,
you think
but
of arms and stuff, bro. These countries, you know what I mean. I feel like it's a bit hypocritical for how they
100%,
speak.
yeah,
But
100%.
one thing I will say is with him, he was flouting a lot of rules in type. So there was loads of things you weren't allowed to do. So you couldn't sell certain types of weapons, or you couldn't sell certain types of planes to certain types of people, or certain. So he would just mask certain things as, let's say, an emergency helicopter. So where it's literally like, I'm selling this helicopter to those people because that's because he would remove the rockets and stuff from it. So now it's just a regular helicopter essentially. When they go back, they'd reassemble it, and he's bypassed some of the rules. So literally they'd come on, check the ships, check this for this and this, because he's disassembled everything and he separates. So this is going that way, this is going that way. So it doesn't violate any of the rules. So when they get to where they're going, all of that shit just gets put together and it becomes,
But he looks the part. You know when you like see them films, yeah, like I don't know, Nicolas Cage or one of them kind of films, they're like, this is the most dangerous man in Russia, and you see the brother like walk out like
Nicolas Cage paid
he
him very
looks
well.
like him. He's got the moustache. He's been in jail for time, innit?
20 years.
20 years,
So they just let him go now.
Let him
Bro,
go.
he's back. They're like, he's back.
So what? The girl's come back as well.
Yeah.
She's back.
She's
yeah?
back in America, and he's been in Russia now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and watch the documentary.
No, trust
on
me,
that
it's
one.
it's definitely worth a watch. It's funny, the funniest meme I saw was El Chapo's walking around his cell right
saw
now,
that.
waiting for an athlete to get caught in Mexico.
Yeah, I saw that
Like,
still.
he's waiting for that
I'm
trade.
telling you.
I saw that still.
I'm telling you.
I saw
Yeah,
that.
bro, because it's just, when you look at the trade, you're like,
Garbage trade.
I was like, you're like, okay, we wanted it to be safe and come back or whatever. I don't think that's what you should have traded for, though.
That's
Do you know
wild.
the difference with that trade? I feel like what's happening now is the government are trying to buy votes. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
So I feel like, for example, like them freeing Brittany now, in the next election, they might get the black vote.
Yeah.
Or it might get certain people's vote because like, oh, you care about us. You got one of us from Russia. Whereas some of the white people like...
Because there's the
that are
Marine.
high up,
Because
they-
remember, there's the Marine
The
that's
Marine-
stuck
yeah,
over there.
yeah,
They
and-
skipped him,
And,
bro.
and that's what Trump said. Trump said there's a dude in the Russia, American dude, that's still there. You didn't get him back, but you got her back. Cool.
It's a political thing. Isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She ticked all of the boxes. You know what I mean? She.
But you could have
LG
got. But you technically you could have got both. You could have got both of them.
Yeah.
Not for
especially
that dude.
for that
Bro,
killer.
Russia was hitting them with the either or.
Especially for that killer.
For that brother there, bro, they could have got a couple people
That's a
out.
top
You know what I mean?
marksman, you know. That's like saying like in football terms, that's like someone like having Messi inside and saying, "Do you know what? Release Messi. man will give you Lampard, innit? It's like, not saying Lampard's bad, but it's like, Messi
Lampard's
Lampard.
not Messi.
They're man are giggling.
Yeah, and that's literally like if you watch the Russian interviews and like all the stuff. So he's back in Russia doing all the news interviews and stuff, bro. They are laughing. They're like,
Nah, brother, I'm going to watch all of this now. I swear down.
yeah, bro. They're like it's a swindle. You know what? They're like,
I've been watching the whole Russia-Ukraine thing. I've been watching that heavy, you know. And
they needed their plug back to complete that
watching
mission.
it all unfold, man. It's a crazy thing.
Do you know
They needed him to complete that mission.
But,
So now he's back, bro. Give them 2 weeks, bro. Be done and
Do you know
dusted.
the maddest thing is with that Russia and Ukraine thing, yeah, is that after World War II, when Russia, or after the Cold War, whatever, when Russia and NATO, whatever, spoke, there was like an agreement where Russia said, like, cool, as long as you don't
come and
infiltrate any of the countries near our border, we're good.
Bro, there's a map.
And they keep on doing it.
Yeah, there's a map. So from like 2007 up until now, you see how much more of the countries that NATO keep taking. And they're just getting closer and closer to Russia's border. And Russia's saying, yo, this is it. This is where we draw the line. You get what I'm saying?
And also Russia have said, apparently when I watched this program, they were like, Russia's taken NATO and America to like this court, like, I can't remember what they call it though, like an international court, but it just keeps getting thrown out because America like kind of ultimately hold the power in that regard. So it's kind of like, it gets thrown out. Like,
so
no,
have you
lot
not seen the new thing that's going on now? So Russia, China, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and all these other countries, they're making this new currency that's backed by gold.
Oh, serious?
Yeah, look into that. That's about to fuck up everything.
That should be.
It's gonna fuck up everything. Even the whole oil situation. Russia's they in control of majority of the stuff, man.
That must be mad though, because remember, like that's like even the gas and whatever. Because Russia, a lot of Europe,
most of Europe is
come from Ukraine
from
and Russia. Yeah. So Russia is saying, boy, to get your thing, you got to pay us in rubles.
It's not even that. There's what's that thing called that powers the nuclear thing? It's like a mineral or uranium or something.
Yeah, uranium.
Russia make it and they sell it to
everyone else,
to America. That's their main supplier. They're still selling it to each other now. Russia could stop selling that, and they're fucked. Though you see, like a lot of countries are now going back to coal.
Yeah, and
do you get what I'm saying? So you lot want us all to all drive electric cars, but you lot are going back to coal.
I watched. They're
making a coal thing in here. It's like,
yeah, bro.
They want to charge us for driving in West End.
Bro, you know
what I'm saying, blood?
It's true.
We focus so much on all of this renewable energy and stuff like that people forgot, I'd say, practicality, essentially, in the real world. And now we're suffering for it. If you see what we're paying for electricity and stuff, that's why our prices are as high as they are.
Bro, this is a whole nother convo. We'll be here for hours.
100%. Literally, like with people, bro, when they break this down and stuff, I saw it was someone, their electric car, it's an i3, broke down because they ran out of power on the motorway or whatever. You know what they charged it with? You know, a generator. Pumped up the generator and connected the thingy. And I was like, so what's the point of your car being electric?
When you got gas in the generator.
Like what, and you're like, how does that even make sense, essentially?
I'm just not a fan of this whole electric stuff as well, man. It's too much, man.
It don't make sense to me because, you know, like, for example, like when you're at home, you drive and you're like, I'll get petrol tomorrow.
Yeah.
And you might jump at your house and like, shit, let me go petrol station quickly, and you just fill up. With electric, you can't do that, bro. If you forget, your car's not moving, bro. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's a fast
and even
charge.
when you got to go and fucking fill up or charge, it takes way longer.
Yeah.
The only
2 minutes,
people...
I'm in and out of the petrol station. I got to wait, an hour to charge my car.
And that's a fast charge.
That's a fast charge.
And the only people that are lucky, I'd say, are the Tesla people, because remember I had a Tesla for a weekend. My boy's Tesla for the weekend, and absolutely hated it. I was like, absolutely. It's got the turning circle of a bus. You know, the turning circle on it is wide. And another thing is, you know how Teslas take off so quickly? They don't stop as quick. I found that out the hard way. Oh my God, I thought I was going to die because my car starts off quickly and it stops in such a short distance. The Tesla didn't, bro. If you see the distance and it stopped, and I was like, I'm glad I started stopping where I did, because if I hadn't, I would have crashed into the cars in front of me. But that's neither here nor there. When the battery was running low, I went to a fast charger Tesla thingy, that can actually fill up the battery. Like, I think I went up to 90% in like 27 minutes or something like that. 27
half an hour. You still
It's
half
not
an
bad.
hour. You know
But
what I'm
that's still
saying?
half an hour though, and that's a long time to fill up.
Yeah.
But that's a Tesla. Other cars don't have superchargers.
That's what
Remember,
I'm saying.
Tesla has the patent on the supercharger, so Tesla's the only one that has the supercharging.
We're living in
capabilities.
some crazy times, man. I'm telling you.
But even if you man talk about the electricity or the power that these companies provide, but we're making it seem like because of electric cars and coal and whatever, that's why things are expensive. No, these companies are taking the piss.
No.
Because sorry, one sec. Because these companies are registering record profits, bro. Like
100%. They're the
100
only ones
million.
that's striving right
So
now.
it's like you can definitely charge
Lose some of
man,
those profits.
Definitely, and because even you see the guy on LBC that was crying, the old man.
Yeah.
He was like, "Yeah, I got the flu." He's like, "I got no family, whatever, and my house is freezing. Like I can't afford the heating."
Yeah.
And and he just started crying on the radio. Like I feel like I'm gonna die. I said, "Listen, I'm probably gonna die here with my dog because my house is so cold." And even my yard, yeah, I'm topping up electric and gas, and it's going mad quick. And I'm like, "Fuck." So imagine other people who haven't got money like that. You know, like, for example, at the end of the week, some people have like a 30 quid. Or like
you throw this 30 quid on and it's gone in 3 days,
what'd you
2
do?
days.
Nothing. That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
You're
Or you gotta like, you can't even afford
Ration.
it going, so you gotta like turn it off and
turn it on.
Bro, but these companies are getting record profits. So that means you can shave some of your profits.
Bro, to me,
lower,
it just feels like they're squeezing poor people, man.
It's mad, isn't
Or
it?
they're trying to get rid of like the middle class.
But you know what
Like, so there's just rich and poor, and that's it.
But our countries are to blame, and when I say they are to blame, because again, if you think of where our electric comes from, a lot of it now is coming from places like France and this. So we focus so much on renewable energy. Again, like we were talking about practicality, you didn't focus on the normal, you know what I mean, like coal and this. So now, because we don't have our own ways of doing certain things, we're now relying on those other countries. They don't have to drop their price for you. I don't give a shit. You see what I mean? These countries, they don't care. You're buying from us because you have no other, you know what I mean? You have nothing else to do. You have nowhere else to go. So think about it. It's not even the companies in this country regulating that. So for them, it all depends on how much they get it for wherever they get it from, essentially, and that then dictates us. But because they were so focused on all of this airy-fairy wind turbines and stuff like that, you ain't got no energy of your own. So they're like, what are you going to do? You know what I mean? All these countries that didn't, they were like, guess what we have? You know what I mean? Electricity. Guess what we have? All of the gas that you need. All the stuff that you lot
Bro,
didn't
you'll
want.
be surprised how much Russia actually distribute to the world.
Mad, innit?
Because they were like, well, you lot were focusing on all of this, renewable energy. We kept our gas. We kept this. We kept that.
I think Russia might actually be slightly more powerful than America and that.
In terms of resources and the power they have in this. Yeah.
But that's what matters in this kind of the war that they're having, innit? It's just
But Trump said
completely
it. There was a
resource.
time where Trump was telling, I'm not sure if it was Germany or one of these countries, where they became so reliant on Russia and all of these places. And he was like, you know what I mean? You're going to come to regret that country
Bro, you
having
ain't,
so
you
much
ain't seen
control.
the president of France. Even he's starting to turn corners now. You get me? He's telling people to stop sanctioning Russia. They're feeling it, you know what I'm saying?
Everyone's feeling the pinch.
Yeah, but the maddest thing about the whole Russia thing is when you actually know the story, like
They're only defending
they're
their
defending
thing.
with because the same way, like if you flip the scenario, that's like Russia getting close to America and then Russia being right on the border of Mexico.
Yeah, they'll be
You
pissed.
think USA is having that?
No way.
No
They'll
way.
be
USA is
pissed.
taking over Mexico. They're like, no.
100%.
We need a country in between. So Russia did exactly the same thing that the US would do. So I don't. But the way they're making it, the way the US are making it seem is like, every
It's not
country
just the
should be
US,
free.
us as well.
Yeah, us
we're
as well.
we're like we're a massive part of this thing. You get
Yeah, but
me?
the thing is, the UK we're wretches as well, man. Like, as in the world is a double standard anyway, bro. Like, there's so many things that happen in the world. Even like the World Cup with Qatar, and them lot saying, for example, human rights over there, this, that, ban the World Cup. But then the World Cup's going to be in America next time, and they've done bare bomb
Worse,
this place.
yeah.
You're not going to say nothing about
No,
America.
no,
do you know
of
what I'm
course you're
saying?
not.
Even the UK with the Olympics, when we heading to Iraq, no one's going to say nothing.
You know what's funny? So they were talking about the gay thing.
Even France as well, yeah?
Remember
Do
the
you
gay
know how
thing?
many African countries France is like crippling in terms of using the franc and whatever?
Yeah.
You ain't banned from France for any World Cups.
You know when the UK hosted the World Cup last Yeah, years ago.
60.
Was that the World Cup? Have we
Was
hosted
it-
the World
was
Cup
it
or was it the
World-
Euros?
66.
Euros. Was it Euros?
Oh,
or World Cup?
Euros.
Have we
yeah.
hosted the World Cup?
I think they
No,
did.
66. That was years ago.
Yeah,
though.
that's the time I'm talking about.
No, 66 or 2000.
66.
Okay, yeah.
So when they hosted the World Cup in 66, right? Do you know what was illegal in the UK?
Homosexuality.
You know, they talk about places that I'm not saying, you know, what's going on in Qatar is right. I'm just saying, if we're going to point fingers, when we hosted the World Cup, it was illegal to be gay here too. So when people are talking about, and I say to people, if we're going to point fingers at who shouldn't be hosting what, when we hosted it, it was illegal to be gay here.
And even the brother in Qatar said it's not actually illegal to be gay over there. It's illegal to show affection in public.
Even if you're straight, that's illegal.
Whether you're straight or gay, like you can't be holding hands or kissing in public. Anyone that does that, it's a problem. So it's like when the woman was trying to get onto the brother, he was like, no, because if you're gay, how will I know you're gay? How? Like, if you're a gay man in Qatar, how do I know you're gay? Unless you do something that lets me know you're gay. So, and it's the same rules for heterosexual people. You can't be kissing, you can't be drinking alcohol. There's certain things to adhere by to this country, but it's like, I'm not saying I condone it or whatever, but the West does this thing like where any country we go to, they have to adhere to how we live. It's like, but then if a country comes here, they have to adhere to how the West live. So it's like...
But I will say to that question of the guy saying, how will I know you're gay and this, like I said, so, you know, even though people aren't kissing or whatever, you can look at two people and say that's a couple, where you're like, that's a, you know what I mean, if it was a straight couple, if a man's with his wife, they don't have to be kissing for us to know that that's a couple. So, you know what I mean, with gay people over there, I think what people were saying is, you know what I mean, they couldn't even be out in a situation where, you know what I mean, they're out and you're like, oh, that's two partners.
No, but there are some gay people in Qatar that they interviewed a couple of gay people that lived there and they were like, we're cool. So there's like no problem. No one bothers us here, but we just adhere by the rules. They were like, we just don't do anything in public like that. So you can't see, man, and say what it is because it's the same way there's two brothers walking, there's two brothers. But anyway, man, let's round up anyway. But
It's a whole different...
Scared techies.
The landmines.
But yeah, love for coming through though, bro.
No, respect for having me. I appreciate you lot, man.
On. So just again, before you go, let people know the Koke Chemist.
Yeah.
And if you've got anything music related
Yeah. So
out.
obviously for all the health supplements and natural organic plant-based supplements, you can follow us on Koke Chemist with the K's. www.kokechemist.com is the website. And yeah, man, health as well. So
Why did you? I know I was saying round up, but why did you start that?
what the health thing?
Yeah.
The whole COVID situation.
Okay.
And true, I'm not like for the. I don't want to get your show.
okay,
You
no,
know
I
what I'm
know
saying?
what you're
I'm
saying,
not for that. So I'm trying to find.
You're more the natural
I'm
thing.
trying to find alternative ways to heal and get the stuff that man need. You know what I'm saying?
All right, cool, man.
But yeah, also new album coming. Hopefully I could get in when it comes, innit? And then we can sit
come on,
down
man.
and go through it properly.
Yeah.
My next one's a big one still. Yeah.
Have you got a date roughly? End of the year?
I'm probably
beginning
gonna
of the year?
start my campaign January. So 6 months, like June, the album will be here. So obviously halfway through the campaign, it would be good to come in and chat to you lot
Yeah,
properly.
come on, man. Always welcome, man.
Yeah, this
Come on,
one,
bro.
my next one's, it's a big one still.
It's good though, because I think it's good for people to hear that you're still about. Because remember, if you haven't seen Jungle, for example, or you haven't really been around, then people still know. Oh yeah, I know Keiko. So it's good to hear that you're around. You're still doing stuff.
Yeah.
And you've still got aspirations of doing music. Because I feel
No,
like
100%. But I haven't really stopped doing music, man. I get me.
Yeah.
Pure Coke Volume 1, 2, 3, and 4's out. I Ain't Perfect's out. FFF is out. Singles here,
what's
singles
that?
there.
Spotify, Apple Music.
Yeah, all of that. So like music hasn't really stopped. I'm still going at it. But my next project's a major one for me still. So yeah,
You got a name? Nah.
I'm right foot forward.
I'm serious.
Yeah, right foot forward. So yeah, no matter what's going in.
That's a saying, isn't it?
Yeah, right foot forward, man.
Because that's your best foot, isn't it?
Step in the right direction. You get me?
That's dope, man. All right, man. Love for coming through.
Nah,
brother.
respect for having me. Appreciate you, lot, man.
Thank you.
man.
Thank you.